We're Vocalosity, coming to you, Athens, Georgia. Go, 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 Bulldogs. Aye.
Dang. I'm here, you just heard it, Athens, Georgia, at the University of Georgia, with two members of Vocalosity.
My name is Hannah Juliano.
My name is Bryant Vance.
All right, how are y'all?
Doing fantastic.
Super excited.
All right, great, y'all. So right off the bat here, some of your musical influences are Jasmine Sullivan, Rashawn Patterson, Stevie Wonder, Fiona Apple. Who would you say is your biggest inspiration?
I'm super impressed that you even found
Did
those.
his
First
homework.
of all, wow! I'm really impressed.
It's Vocalosity.
Dang! I'm sorry. What was the question? I got thrown off. I was so surprised.
Who's your biggest inspiration when it comes to singing and songwriting and performing?
I would say Prince, hands down, all the way around. I'm not quite a songwriter, but in terms of I do a lot of arranging, and so musicianship, performance, overall artistry is Prince is my dude.
Prince.
For sure.
For sure. Have you ever seen Prince live?
I did. I saw him once, and it was life-changing. Actually, I was just talking about it with my mom. We remembered he pointed right at me, and he sang to me.
That's
I'll never,
special.
I didn't know that.
Absolutely. I'll never forget it.
Rest in peace to Prince.
Rest in peace, man.
For real. All right, so you were a member of the group Delilah, and you guys sang on the show Sing Off, 2011. How was that?
It was an experience for sure. I learned a lot on that show. Actually, one of the girls in the group is also in this show, Vocalosity, Amy, and she's basically my best friend from that group and continues to be one of my best friends now. So it's kind of nice to continue to be able to sing together and perform. It was an experience. It was like nothing I've ever done before. It was exciting and emotional. It was pretty hard. But a lot of fun, and I learned a lot.
Yeah, and y'all made it down to the final six, right?
Yeah, I think we got sixth. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Homework, man.
Dude, come prepared.
That's the homework. So you're not only touring with Vocalosity, but you are in March going to be touring with Rockapella.
That's right.
So which one do you like performing with better? I mean,
Ooh, that's see, Rockapella's been around since the early '90s. You know, they got their big kick with "Where in the World Is Carmen Sandiego." I actually grew up listening to them.
Wow.
It was my first a cappella concert. I was 6 years old when I went to see them for the first time, and now have the chance to tour with two of the original guys that I grew up watching. So.
Wow. You just joined them in 2016, right?
Just joined them, yeah. Just signed with them. So I mean, it's tough. It goes back and forth. They're a little bit more old school, grounded in kind of a doo-wop kind of a feel, like contemporary doo-wop, whereas Vocalosity is more of the contemporary a cappella in general, doing stuff from Prince and all rock and roll genres and all this kind of stuff. Right now, I'm all about Vocalosity because I'm having a lot of fun and. There's really nothing like having that many voices come together. With Rockapella, it's just the five of us,
And
but
this is
10. Yeah, 10 going, 9 vocalists and then 1 beatboxer. But
right.
Yeah, it's a good time though.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
so where are you from?
I'm originally from upstate New York, about an hour and a half north of Syracuse, so pretty much Canada.
Okay, so how did location play a part in your development as a performer?
Ooh.
Huge. As soon as I understood that I wanted to be a performer at the tail end of high school, I knew that I had to leave. So I immediately went to the New York City area and have been there ever since. If I hadn't have done that, the opportunities just wouldn't be there, and I'd be a fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Pretty small town.
You got to go where the work is. Yeah, it's a very small town.
All right, so it's been said, quote, his enormous bass pipes are in high demand. Talking about you. Yeah. Are you happy to be a bass?
Now I am. My voice changed when it was maybe 6th grade, and I used to be a countertenor. I used to be a real high voice. And I loved Broadway and all that stuff, and then my voice changed. I got real depressed, and it wasn't really until I discovered a cappella music that I could be a part of something that was that big, where the bass voice is needed and really sought after in a lot of cases.
Yeah, the bass voice is awesing. We were listening to the soundcheck. It was just
right on, man. Yeah,
you just hear it. It was just
it's
awesome.
a lot of fun. It's a lot. It took some getting used to kind of get into it, coming from. Being used to singing at such a higher intensity in terms of the notes and the ranges that I could do. But it's a lot of fun now. Yeah.
Well, that's really fun.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
All right, so Layla Hathaway.
Layla.
She went to
She went to Berkeley.
Where you went?
That's true.
What do you have to say about her?
I love her. She gave me inspiration actually to embrace my smoky alto. I have a very low voice, kind of the same exact process that he went through. You know, the sopranos and the tenors get all the flashy, fun parts. You know, they get all the solos, they get all the cool stuff, and so it's interesting when you have you know, I'm almost a tenor. I've got a super low voice, so it took me a long time to kind of settle into becoming very comfortable with being able to use that and utilize it and kind of find my own voice. And she was continues to be a big inspiration in that sense.
Well, anybody else you want to shout out from Berkeley School of Music?
I mean, John Mayer went to Berkeley. That's how our president
Shout out
always
to
said
John
it.
Mayer.
How you doing, John?
What's up, Quincy Jones?
Can't wait to see you again soon.
Love you,
man.
Big Q.
Okay, so you've been touring with Vocalosity here since the beginning of the year, and you guys been to Boston, Portland, Providence, Charlottesville, Virginia, and now in Athens. Which stop are you most looking forward to?
Oh goodness. I mean, it's interesting because it's about the cities, but then we also have friends all over the country. Actually, another girl from Delilah, Candace, is going to come to the Birmingham show, and I'm really excited for that one because I get to see her. Yeah.
I've personally done a lot of touring in Texas, and I have quite a few people that I know in Texas. So
Y'all are going to Texas?
Yep.
coming about 2 weeks.
I think in 2 weeks.
Something
Yeah.
like that. We're going to Houston and the Houston area and Bourne and places like that. So
Yeah. Houston's gonna have the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's where Lady Gaga is gonna be performing the halftime show. What do you think about that?
Oh,
I
Gaga.
love Gaga.
Gaga is the
She,
best.
You know, once you get over the meat, but in terms of performing, you know, she's one of the few that really kind of hangs it out there and does her own thing, and it's pretty legit each time. So it's
She puts up, you know. I remember seeing an interview of hers saying somebody was asking her, you know, or complimenting how she sang live, and it's like, oh, it's so impressive that you sing live, and she kind of was all, yeah, I'm a singer. It's what I'm supposed to do. You know, she's just a kind of a beacon of hard work and dedication to your craft as a singer. So she should kill it.
Yeah. All right, so you are actually from Orange County, from Tustin, California.
Yes.
Would you say a location played a part in your success?
Very much so. I was very blessed to, first of all, be born to performers. My mom worked at Disneyland and has sang and danced at Disneyland since I was a wee baby. So I kind of grew up in the wings watching her perform, and was blessed to be able to grow up with her as a role model. So I got a lot of support in terms of the arts, you know, which is it can be hard to come by. You know, a lot of people hear, oh, you want to go to the arts, and they think, oh, you're never gonna make money, or how are you gonna do that? And she also probably had her misgivings because she's been through the business and has heard no and knows how hard it is. But she and my dad were pretty amazing in that sense. So, you know, it was good. I actually grew up in high school too. I was more of a jock, so it was kind of a journey on even finding, you know, confidence to do music full time.
Yeah. So obviously, a cappella, no instruments except for maybe like a harmonica. Do you guys play any instruments besides like singing?
Well, I played piano when I was younger. I gave it up. I should be better at it for how long I've played it.
we definitely gave up all the instruments. I played piano for a while, saxophone also, and little guitar. But
I played the oboe and the clarinet.
There you go.
Like random. Nothing applicable to singer-songwriter stuff. But we're going to work
break
on
out
some...
that clarinet.
Yeah.
It's a little
always-
side hustle. Little clarinet side hustle.
Got
That oboe hustle, you know.
to.
All right, shows like Glee and movies like Pitch Perfect have brought some attention to a cappella singers and performances. Have these pieces of entertainment also stereotyped a cappella singers?
I would say, in a sense, I mean, a cappella it's layered in general, and you have to kind of, in order for anything to go mainstream, it's got to have some kind of image. You kind of have to get it to a certain extent, and it's been looked at as cheesy for a long time in terms of the contemporary a cappella. You know, but I think it's becoming a little cooler. It's effective to the people that do it because it's very human. You know, you're up with just other singers, and you have to be able to trust each other in order to, even just stay in tune or stay in time. You know, it's really very human. I think that's why it's so effective to an audience. So I'm happy that it's getting kind of its day in the sun, because it really is a very genuine art form and or genre or instrumentation, if you will. So I think it's been pretty cool in that sense. It's hard also when you have to put it on TV or you have to put it in the movies, because you have to go through production in order to make it effective. You know, it has to be in the studio, it has to be produced to a certain extent. So it's also cool because it's allowed for something like Vocalosity to make it to the stage, which they've been pushing to do shows like this for 20 years, but it just never had enough support from mainstream media or culture, to really break it. So it's cool that we can bring this kind of stuff to a live stage, because we're doing it live, and if we mess up, you hear it, and or it's not, none of it's tracked or anything like that. So all Glee, Pitch Perfect, all these sing off, it's given an incredible platform for vocal music.
And it's interesting, especially with things like the movies. The stereotype itself is the reason why it was able to get on such a big platform. The jokes and how many a cappella jokes are in The Office, with Andy in The Office, and the stereotype itself is something that everybody can latch onto. But now that it's such now that it's reached that type of platform, in terms of pop culture in general, it's now in a place where everyone is understanding that it's acceptable. So you see a group like the Pentatonics on Thursday Night Football doing the theme song on Thursday Night Football, and that just wasn't a thing before, and that really is opening other avenues for other groups, and all groups really, that are into a cappella music. So I mean, it's a very cool time for a cappella in general.
Well, that's incredible.
Yeah, it's very cool stuff.
All right, so we're going to play a quick game here, and I'm going to start with you, and then I'm going to come to you.
Okay.
This game is called Overrated, Underrated. I'm going to say something, you're going to say if it's overrated or underrated, and why. All right, so I'm going to ask you a couple of things.
Oh, and why? Okay.
Yeah,
And why.
A
And
short
why.
description. All right, so Michael Jackson.
Underrated. A lot of negativity around him, not enough poignancy on the talent.
Okay. The 2016 animated movie, Sing.
Haven't seen it.
Haven't seen
I
it?
haven't
I know,
seen.
we've been on
haven't-
tour.
Haven't seen
We've been
it.
on tour.
No, haven't seen it. I'm gonna say it's also underrated, but yeah.
For the sake of singing. All right, board games.
Underrated. Too much of this.
Yeah.
Everyone's got one of these all the time, just on them. But the board games, you could learn something from your buddies.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
Good stuff. All right, the show Stranger Things.
Also, don't follow Stranger Things.
He hasn't. I've been on him for a while about
You want to
this.
take this one?
Yeah,
I will, because I just scolded him last night that he still hasn't hasn't watched
Super
this.
good. Super good show.
It is
I
so
gotta
good,
jump on it.
watch
I gotta
and you
jump on it.
would love it. I mean, it is so nostalgic,
So
80s,
under?
and
It's under?
I would say underrated. I feel like it's getting its due.
It's had its exposure.
It's
but it's still underrated.
Exactly.
All right, so having ranch on pizza. Underrated or overrated?
Underrated.
Yeah.
Oh, underrated.
Very good.
There's really not an explanation for that, other than if you haven't tried it, you don't belong in the conversation. Just go try it first, and then you'll understand my reaction. So,
Okay, last one
underrated.
here for you. High School Musical.
Overrated.
Overrated.
I'm gonna go overrated with that. Much in the same idea what we were just talking. I won't get too serious. What we were talking about with stereotypes and things like that. That latched on to some pretty intense stereotypes and really kind of rode the wave. Not my cup of tea.
Did we
Right.
need a
Hey,
Did
that's
we need a
fair.
seventh one? How many are there? I don't know.
A lot. All right, so now for you.
Okay.
Harry Potter.
Oh, underrated. Obsessed. Magic all the way.
Potterhead.
Potterhead. Go Ravenclaw.
All right, surfing. I know you're from California.
I would say probably, I might just say overrated just because it's super hard to do.
Yeah, very difficult.
It's super hard. Maybe overrated just because I have yet to stand up on a board, and I've tried many, many times.
All right, Marvin Gaye.
Underrated. He was amazing. The Groove Master.
Master. All right, last one here. In-N-Out Burger.
In and out his life. I'll say underrated because if you've never been there, and anybody who tries to compare it to Shake Shack, get out my house. It is the best.
Not the same.
All right, y'all. Last thing here. What does the future hold for Vocalosity? Where are we going to see you in 5 years?
Wow.
5 years.
That's a good one. We're just going out and trying to do as much as we can.
Yeah.
And when it comes to something like the arts in general, you're never guaranteed a set amount of time. Yeah. You're never guaranteed success. Thankfully, that we've been getting some traction. Hopefully, in 5 years, we would have multiple Vocalosity casts, kind of going around the country. Maybe in 10 years, all around the world, type of thing. But for right now, we're just kind of enjoying where we are and
Spreading the joy of harmony. Yeah, it really is. It's an effective show in terms of communicating connection. It really is. It's reinforced in multiple ways. Between the cast connection on stage, obviously our voices coming together and becoming a team that way, and we hit some pretty poignant topics in terms of just humanity and what it feels like to sing next to somebody else and make music together with it, and it's wonderful. Audiences tend to tell us that they come way better, All
right, Vocalosity, thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to the show tonight.
Woohoo!
Thanks so much, bro.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, man.
All right.